Elecciones en Denver. Conoce a los candidatos en 8 minutos. Un espacio producido por el Comercio de Colorado.
Preséntese usted mismo para nuestros lectores.
And I am a fourth generation Denverite. I've worked for 3 branches of local government. Before that, I was a teacher. Currently, I run a statewide environmental justice nonprofit, and on the side, a nonprofit that brings sanitation and public health to the unhoused in Denver, Colorado. I've worked in the arts community for a long time, and I am a well-rounded person bringing a lot of experience and compassion to the mayor's race.
Según su punto de vista, ¿cuál es el problema más urgente que hay en Denver en este momento?
The most important issue, of course, is that we all need to come together. We have a political climate all across the United States of not wanting to collaborate. And so my first issue is regional cooperation. I believe that communities and cities work best when cities work together. And so all of our issues are going to be centered in trying to bring together mayors and city councils from across the region. Of course, environment is one of my hallmarks in the work that I do. We have air quality issues, we have water quality issues, we have high energy bills. We have a huge responsibility to come together and find solutions that work for everybody. That's what the Just Transition is about, and ensuring that we bring the money home from the federal and state governments to the residents of Denver. There is a housing crisis, there is no doubt, whether you're unhoused, you're elderly, you're a renter, you're trying to be a home buyer, or you're struggling to pay your rising property taxes. There are different solutions for every single one of these problems. We need to come up with different solutions for different groups of people around housing. And lastly is public health and safety. I think they're intimately intertwined. Public health, again, has to do with our air quality, our water quality, the care of our elders. Of course, we just came out of a pandemic, and mental health and how that directly relates to how we provide safety within our community.
¿Cómo resolver el problema de las personas sin hogar en Denver?
I appreciate that question about the unhoused. The thing that we most really have to understand is that every person who is living unhoused on the street has a different story. And I've learned that by directly interacting and serving the unhoused for more than 2.5 years. We need to start by providing them the most basic public health services like clean water, trash services, a safe place to keep their belongings, and of course other medical health care. If you don't have stability of where you're living, it's impossible for you to get a job, to hold it down, and move forward in your life. During the pandemic, I brought unemployed people from the arts sector, from camping and festivals, to come to a solution to help bring stability for the individuals. I'm a firm believer that we have to do more to convert commercial space into affordable housing for our community, and we need to help them build it with us. That's what the Green New Deal is all about.
¿Cómo cree usted que se debe combatir el problema de la criminalidad en Denver?
Well, I think that's interesting. I've had a bike seat, a bicycle, a motorcycle, and a car stolen. It's never good when you come out and your belongings are gone. Part of that's education on one end, and part of that is the fact that this city is so unaffordable for people to live in. Of course, we have to hold people accountable for the choices that they are making, and that's where the safety department comes in. But I think the community has to come together to solve those problems. People are without in our community, and we have to hold people accountable.
¿Qué le dice usted a las personas que le dicen que usted aspira a ser el alcalde de una ciudad en la cual cada día es más caro vivir?
Well, I think that's exactly why I want to run for mayor. I have family members who live here in Denver. I grew up here in Denver. I want a city where city workers can afford to live, the working class can afford to live. And that comes back to some of the solutions I was talking about earlier. We need more types of housing for more types of people. We need to create programs that give people the opportunity to build their businesses, to build their skills so that they can earn higher wages. And we have to remember, it's not just about your rent. If you can lower your transportation costs, if you can lower your housing costs or your energy costs, then those also play into your overall bills that you're paying to live here in Denver.
El distrito escolar de Denver tiene graves problemas y uno es el decrecimiento del número de estudiantes. ¿Qué consejo le daría usted a la junta escolar del DPS?
Well, as a former educator, I can tell you that I would definitely center youth. I think giving youth opportunities for job and employment is the most powerful tool that you can do to build up the next generation of Denverites. One of the biggest things that I've heard is that we need 2 and 3 bedroom apartments so that people can live with their families, and that's not being emphasized for developers. We have a responsibility to be working to build more affordable housing with larger apartments so that more people can live in Denver and go to these schools. I have been in conversation with the DPS school board. I think it's incredibly important for us to work with them. That comes back to my first point about regional cooperation. You're not just one government acting alone. You have to be working together to solve the problems. And I will also say that the mayor's office has a mayor's office of children affairs, and that's something I'd like to continue investing in.
¿Cuál cree usted que es el aspecto que diferencia o caracteriza a la ciudad de Denver?
Oh, that's a great question. I think the arts and culture scene here is just absolutely incredible. You can go out and see live music any night of the week. Public art has really been invested in, and of course Red Rocks, which is a mountain park. You can use it also for arts but also for recreation. That's a world-class venue that I really believe in, and something that I want public transit access to.
Escoja entre los Denver Broncos y los Avalanche.
Oh, well, I would probably say I'm a Broncos fan first. I grew up just a mile away from the stadium.
¿A cuál prefiere? ¿A los Denver Broncos o a los Denver Nuggets?
I played football when I was younger. I'm always going to put football first.
Déjenos un mensaje final.
I hope that you can take time to look into me, visit my website, tafoyafordenver.com, see the work that we've been doing together. We've passed dozens of ballot issues that have improved the lives of Denver. Now imagine if we could do it every day.